Hey guys, I'm going to try to make this really quick because I've been filming for like half an hour for the same video and I'm really sick of it. But anyway, and I'm also really sorry if I sound awful. I have not taken an allergy pill today and clearly that's like trying to kick me in the face. So yeah, apologies. But anyway, reading update, and I'm going to try to make this very short. First thing is I have read read and listened to two more books in the Odyssey, books 9 and 10, and I have really enjoyed them. But two things that I've noticed with this book are, A, I cannot listen to more than one book at a time before I start to want to do other things. And B, for the last few books, I actually haven't really even been following along in here. I've just been listening while I've been on my phone or playing Trivia Crack or things like that, and it's fine because I can still, like, for some reason, Ian McKellen's voice is so great that it actually helps me focus on the story more, and I don't actually need to follow along in here to know what's going on. Which is weird because normally with audiobooks I do need to follow along in a physical copy unless it is an audiobook that I know by heart, like Harry Potter. But yeah. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to return it to the library because I've checked it out for like 4 times now. So it's time to go back to the library and be given to somebody else. But yeah, so I'm gonna go give this back to the library probably tomorrow, and just listen to the audiobooks kind of gradually. So yeah. And then two things that I definitely want to finish today are Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte and Saga Volume 3. Jane Eyre, I only have a little, like between 4 and 5 hours left of the audiobook, and so I'm going to definitely finish that and then take the discs back tomorrow because this is my physical copy, but the audio discs belong to the library. And I'll talk about this more in my wrap-up, but I have been enjoying the audio book. I love the book. This is a 5 out of 5. I love it. But the audiobook I would give a little bit less because while I do enjoy Flo Gibson's narration, like her general narration and her voice for Jane and Mrs. Fairfax are all great, but for Mr. Rochester and Adele, not so much, because for Adele, she is a 6-year-old French girl, so she is supposed to have a somewhat high-pitched French accent, but somehow coming from an older woman, it sounds very strange. And same with Mr. Rochester. Like, for Mr. Rochester, she makes her voice very deep, and she also makes him sound like he's telling a ghost story. Like she has the, I don't know, ghost element to her voice every time she talks as his character, and it's kind of frustrating, but aside from that, it's great. And I actually, the other day when I was listening to this, I paused the audio, and it was my favorite scene, but I don't want to spoil it for people who don't know what the scene is. But it's a scene between Mr. Rochester and Jane, and I actually paused the audio and then turned on the 2011 film and watched Michael Fassbender and Mia Wasikowska do the scene, and it was great. And there are obviously some parts in the book that they left out of the scene in the film, so I just read those on my own without the audio or the film, and that was a great way to do it, because hearing Michael Fassbender as Edward Rochester do, like, say my favorite lines instead of Flo Gibson as Mr. Rochester is great. But yeah, anyway, aside from that, I don't have any complaints about the audiobook. Aside from the Rochester thing, I think she does do a very good job, and I am loving the book itself. I think it's amazing. So yeah, hopefully I'll finish this, and I watched the 44 version the other night with Orson Welles and Joan Fontaine, and I think how I'm going to do the rest of them, I do also want to do the 2006 adaptation and the 2011 and autobiography of Jane Eyre, which is the web series, and I'm kind of thinking I want to do chronological order, but I also, time-wise, I feel like that's too much time to spend on Jane Eyre adaptations, so I also might skip the 2006 one because it's not my least favorite, but I wanted to see the 44 version because I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I have seen the 2006 one quite recently, and the 2011 and the web series are my two favorites, so I definitely don't want to skip those. So, yeah, I don't know how I'll do that, but I will update you guys on that in my wrap-up. Okay, this video's already gone past 5 minutes, which I'm sorry. But anyway, I also want to read Saga Volume 3, because that's due back at the library, soon, so I want to take it back probably tomorrow. I am enjoying this, but my favorite so far has been the second one, and I'm gonna wait on the fourth one until there's at least a pre-order date for the fifth one. I'm not gonna pre-order it, I'm just gonna get it out from the library, but I want to not read the fourth one until I know that I won't have to wait forever to read the fifth one. And then, tomorrow I will be listening to and following along in here, for about 200 pages worth of this, because I want to keep on track for my Dewey's 24-hour readathon schedule, which I talked about in my last video. So if you guys want to know what I'm reading for Dewey's, go check out that video, or if you are doing it yourself, please let me know, because that'd be great, and I'd love to watch videos about it. But yeah, very excited to get back into this world. And then, last but certainly not least, I will probably read a Marple short story probably tonight, and then another one tomorrow night, because I really want to read, I have maybe about 6 of these left, and I really want to read them before I start Murder at the Vicarage, which is the first Miss Marple novel, because apparently most of the short stories take place chronologically before the start of the novels. So, yeah, I think it'll be fun to finish this, and it'll be my first Marple that I've finished, and it's the one that I've worked on the longest. Or at least the Agatha Christie that I've worked on for the longest, because I started it over a year ago. But yeah, so really excited about this, and really just excited about everything that I'm reading right now. Let me know what you guys think of any of these, and I'm sorry that this video was longer than I expected, and let me know what you guys are reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.